Welcome back again to some 0K action. It's going to be a big team game on the Greenhaven Remake map. We'll just get straight into it. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's an interesting looking map. It's somewhat flat, but it does have quite a bit of terrain variation, as you can tell, and yeah, very hilly, but at the same time, if you just have a careful look at it, you can certainly see how vehicles might actually be somewhat useful as well. I mean, they won't be quite as maneuverable, but you know, they can still snake their way between the hills, and we'll actually be seeing that quite a bit in this game, actually. A surprisingly large amount, in fact, given the fact that this is going to be a, well, just given how hilly the map is, basically, so. Also, I think there's a few bits where spiders can only go up, but not bots, like a couple of these little cliff sections. But really, it's mostly going to be a bots map, and I suppose vehicles and tanks as well. But we'll see how that works out. We'll just skip the pre-game chatter. So that's myself, Lightman, in the bottom with some others, and a few others at the top, and away we go. Had a poll to force the game, apparently. Huzzah. And I'll just show you there we go. That's the resources there. The geo points. And they have it. The top team consists of Svatopluk, Havoc Squad, Pieger. So it looks like we're going to be getting gunships and planes by them. Also going to be getting some cloakies by Taftaflex and Nope. Shields by Pieger. Vehicles by Zivender. Slab going with cloakies. Shields from Solim Stomos. Got that fucking font. And we've also got some early scythes actually by Firepluk. So the Pluks, as you can see, they do have some similar names there. Yeah, the Pluks basically are, for lack of a better word, trolls. The majority of the time, they can make for interesting allies. I'll say that much. But anyway, also got Olzorenko as light vehicles as well. So no heavy tanks, not just yet anyway. But we might be seeing that at some point, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I think we do, but don't want to spoil too much, obviously. In any case, the bottom 10 we got Corvus Corax with planes, Princey with jump bots, more jump bots with Malric, early scythes as well, actually, by Sandros for his cloaky bots. Also got shields for Jacobium, spiders for Adam 2. Not really sure how well it's going to go, but what the hell, I suppose the terrain is hilly enough, so we'll see what happens. Myself, Lightman, we've got all cloaky bots, of course, going with a whole bunch of glaives, because why not? Also going to be getting Amphib for some reason from the Turtle Reaper, and shields by Clean Rock. And with that in mind, we're also going to be segwaying, whatever, transitioning very nicely into the first attack of the match. So a whole bunch of Zivender's, interesting name. Anyway, Zivender's Scourges coming in, dealing a bit of economic damage, but that could have been much more disastrous, actually. But thankfully, no, they didn't really do too much. They did kill off, I suppose, a Mex and maybe one or two wind gens, but bizarre enough, the Lotus is actually still alive. And yeah, they could have been much worse, actually. They could have just gone straight down here, for example, and maybe tried to go around it like that. But fortunately, they didn't know where to go, so they just seemed to all bunch up on the factory. Didn't do them too much good. I mean, a factory kill is incredible. Oh, right. Anyway, factory kill is incredible, especially at this stage of the game, but it's a bit tricky to pull off, as you can see. So, in case I had a suggestion by myself to, or a question, if we should just rush to the mid and build defenses, why not? Hotel Reaper and okay. But it looks like Jacobium has, oh, that's from our team, I think. He's actually managed to establish a bit of a defensive line here, and there we go, definitely using the terrain to his advantage as much as possible, getting onto the high ground. Very nicely done indeed, and also, yeah, managing to get the Scorches too. I got to go on a bit of a wild goose chase as well. I think I hear a scythe somewhere. Ah, here we go, yep. So unfortunately it looks like that the Turtle Reaper's commander is going to go down. New humanity. And this, God, they're still alive. Although, yeah, okay, well that one, Firepluk might have been able to preserve actually, but still, yes, quite the grievous blow being inflicted by Firepluk there, actually managing to take out just a level 0 commander, but a level 0 commander, but yeah, still the price of 2 scythes, that's not too shabby. especially when that means loss of income and all that. So as you can see, it's a pretty big map. Should have plenty of income there. We do try to counterattack to try to take out Tafta's commander. Doesn't quite work out, and also got a nice little battle for the middle to see who can actually take control of it. It looks like our combined spiders and cloakies mostly. In fact, just glaives by myself. Yeah, seems to be getting the job done actually. Very nice job. Nice combined arms assault there, if I do say so. And they also got some more supporting shield units and more spiders coming in as well, because why not? And at the same time, might possibly have another commander kill actually. Clean Rock is down. Wow. And this Scythe might actually live to fight another day. Yep, it looks like it's going to cloak. Yep, there it goes. Wow, a second kill. Indeed. Hell yeah, those pointings. He's a bit of a newbie, as you can see, but what the hell, we all have to learn somehow, I suppose. And yeah, those scythes are definitely teaching us quite a lesson in defending our critical stuff, to say the least. But then again, it is natural to expect cloaked units and such just because of how big the map is. And they can pretty much go anywhere, really, because of the terrain, except unless if they're vehicles. But even then, they can still snake, in between these hills and such, and be really annoying. But in any case, we might have a possible. Actually, are these guys following them? Yes, they are. They're guarding this pyro. We do have yet another counterattack. This time by what's his face, Princey. Indeed. But is it going to do any damage? We'll just have to wait and see. Interesting. Having these pyros at the front and just having the puppies follow them seems to be about the right thing to do, really. I mean, you don't want the puppies to exhaust themselves, although they're kind of doing that now, actually. But in any case, we're going to be jumping, committing to this attack a little bit close to the enemy defenses. They're getting damaged by the explosion, but it looks like they might be able to take out the defenses and not much else. Not even being able to take out the radar tower, taking out a mechs. Very shoddy attack actually when you get down to it, but well, what can you do? Basically donated 2 pyros, and I don't think the actually, do the puppies leave wreckage? I don't think they actually do. But the hell? Anyway, I don't know what the hell that's about, but yeah, there you go. Still, the game is definitely afoot. But the good news is we actually do have some defenses finally being set up. We've got a quick caretaker by myself. I think that's just to, apparently that's to help build there, but I think it's mostly just to get the reclaim from this nearby area while the builder, tries to reclaim. And yeah, now we have a bit more of a concerted counter push by opponents, sending in a couple of levelers, but fortunately we do manage to take out one of them, despite the fact that we're mostly just throwing raiders at it, bandits to be precise. But thankfully, yeah, the venom does come in, managing to stun one out. The other one does get killed off eventually, so would have been a cost-effective push if they had more than 2 levelers, but it wasn't, so to hell with them, basically. But yeah, things are definitely heating up all over the map, as you can see. We do have various attacks going on all over the place, and we've got more scythes. Here we go, right there. And all very nice little jump, managing to get out of it just in the nick of time. This guy gets set on fire, unfortunately, probably from his own pyros, but yeah, the combination of the pyros and the defenders, as well as the commander's jump, managing to take out the scythes. Very nice, actually, very nice indeed. Very quick reaction there, barely manages to survive. And what does he actually have it upgraded to? Hermes. Shotgun and high power servos, but what do you know, there's actually another one coming in, and ouch. Down he goes. So I wonder, that was by Firepluck. I wonder if the Firepluck actually... Oh, there's actually more coming in from Sandros as well. Oh no, there's Rouse actually. Yeah, I wonder if Firepluck actually faked the commander out, getting him to jump early, and then just sending in another scythe to take him out. It's quite possible actually. But in either case, the scythe attacks are being really a massive pain in the ass, as you can see. Will we be able to recover? Well, as you can see, we managed to take quite a bit of the map. In fact, we've taken just barely half, but that could definitely change, especially if our opponents decide to be really sneaky. Just sneak around our fancy defenses. Oh, indeed. Anyway, sneak around our fancy defenses and, just strike us where we are weakest, rather than just going straight to the front line. We'll see what happens though. This is going to be quite a little battle for supremacy indeed, if I remember correctly. Actually, I played it a week ago, maybe? Several days ago, I'm not entirely sure actually. Relatively recent in any case. And that definitely was... well, it was basically an ongoing battle, really. I don't think there's really been too many moments, except the very beginning, of course, when we actually had peace of any description. There's, well, basically from a little bit past the beginning, we've had something shooting at something almost non-stop from that point onwards, and here we go, might actually have a possible attack by, what's the guy's name again? Olzorenko, whatever his name is, yes. Going to be charging forward with, interesting enough, actually sending in the Scorchers ahead and kind of letting them get killed off first, and then sending up the Levelers to try to clean up a bit. Actually, might be able to do a bit of damage to them, especially against shields, as their area of effect can actually get through the shield itself, but yeah, deciding to be a bit conservative with them actually, and looks like they're... Oh, okay, looks like another commander of ours fell. Ouch. So even though we managed to secure the middle, our opponents definitely are doing a bit of damage to us here and there, just picking off commanders one after another. And also got a sniper as well, because why not? Sharpshooter, should I say. Gremlin? Yes, actually we could do with a Gremlin. Funnily enough, they, because of their small decloak radius, they can actually decloak units like the Sharpshooter without actually getting decloaked themselves, which is kind of amusing when that's when you see that actually happening. And it's actually happened to me a few times. I didn't realize it at the time, but yeah, I just, you know, it happened, something mysteriously just get decloaked, and then yeah, of course, it's probably going to be a Gremlin or something like that decloaking it without getting decloaked itself. Very annoying, and yeah, well, always goes to show you want to be using good old screening units if you can, although yeah, obviously if you're going to be scouting forward with certain units, you can't really scream that for them, usually. And speaking of screening, it looks like this Havoc Squad has his own Crow out. He's not exactly screening with anything though, although he does actually have a whole bunch of Vandals and such to defend it, and it looks like he'll be able to get away just by the skin of his teeth, a few thousand health remaining. And yeah, it was on fire as well just until recently as well, so down he goes. Interesting little tactic here, actually using a Sneaky Pete just to basically cloak what we can and to radar jam everything else. So even though buildings cannot be cloaked, they can be radar jammed, so they can't see it on the radar. But keep in mind, wait a minute, is that? Oh no, that's Adam 2's infiltrator there. But keep in mind, you know, they can still try to blind fire, and occasionally, as you can see, it actually does still sometimes work. Yeah, I suppose so. We could just help him out. I wasn't exactly reading the chat. Apparently, we were giving a bit of a hard time. Yeah, well, what can you do, man? What can you do? Resign, indeed. Indeed. No, definitely do have a bit of a formidable army here, and it's not so often that you see amphibs on such a big map, but I suppose as a supporting force, they actually might not do too badly, really, but otherwise on such a big map I wouldn't normally go for slow amphibs, especially with no water. But yeah, I mean, they do have some units that, you know, neither shields nor cloakies have, so there's something to keep in mind there. Another thing you don't want to be doing, of course, is clumping up your units. One single Faraday is basically managing to paralyze almost all of these ducks. But yeah, thankfully it does eventually get taken out, mostly just due to sheer numbers, for God's sake. And good job actually keeping the warrior alive. Actually, I don't think Imaging Slab was actually doing anything special with the warrior, and now it's dead anyway, but I think it was just charging it forward. Trying to do as much damage as possible. They try to counter-attack, we counter their counter-attack, and yeah, now they're being forced back slowly but surely, but this minefield is definitely going to be a pain in the ass. They do have a bit of a defender nest here set up. It is going to be pretty light defences though, so if we can get some extra artillery in, get some proper spotting in, we should be able to shell the shit out of them and see what happens. But lo and behold, opponents are going for some sneaky tactics of their own, sending in their own, not a Sneaky Pete, an Eraser, along with a whole bunch of other cloaky units. Looks like we got a Zeus, Warrior, Gremlins, Glaives, more Gremlins, and a Sharpshooter as well, just for the hell of it, eh? Yeah. Yeah, useless indeed. But yeah, so this is basically going to be a massive pain in the ass. In fact, I'm surprised that not more players actually go for this strategy, because as you can see, we don't exactly know what is actually around here, because this thing is continuously projecting a little cloaking slash jamming field, and well, that basically means that yeah, this is basically just a radar black spot, and you know, if we get stuff even and try to scout, we're just going to see, you know, if we can only see stuff that we get close enough to, basically, or stuff that's attacking. So very much a pain in the ass. And here comes a second Eraser, because apparently one is just not enough. I don't know if that's actually meant to act as it's meant to act as a backup, or maybe Firepluck is going to give that to Olzarenko maybe to yeah, so that these vehicles can charge ahead with no opposition until they start firing. I guess that could actually happen. Really, it'd be an interesting little combination, sort of combo you don't see too often. What's happening on the left? It looks like we did have another attempted run by the Crow from Havoc Squad. Look, probably did a bit of damage. Unfortunately, I missed it though. Oh, I see. I did miss it, but yeah, definitely did do a bit of damage. Jesus. Actually, these guys sort of look like Terminators or something that have fallen over. Like the Warhammer 40k Terminators. Not these guys, but these guys do a bit. But anyway, down they go. Sucks to be them. Should have spread themselves out a bit actually, because that was basically one single cluster bomb strike from what I could tell. Very effective spell, well, ability, whatever you want to call it, but it can, I mean really, if you spread your stuff out, it's not going to be that effective, especially with anti-air. It's got a pretty long range usually. But no, clustering, it definitely does not work in that case. In case we do have quite a few pushes happening all over the map really. Well, actually just on the right sector mostly, nothing happening on the left though. We do have a Screamer being built up though. It's going to take a bit of a while though, but I suppose we'll be able to do a bit of damage. And our opponents, they don't have a Screamer, instead they've got a Behemoth, which is... wait a minute. I think our Screamer is barely within range of it actually, so... it's not going to be... sorry, that's not going to be too good for our Screamer to say the least. Oh, what the hell, if we can take out the Behemoth, we should be right, or even if we just take out its power supply. I mean, as powerful as this thing is, at the moment it's only being linked to the power grid with one single wind gen, so only 130 hit points. We can take that out, we can at least disable this thing temporarily, which we'll just have to wait and see what will happen. What the hell, I think these Tridents are actually being used to tank damage for the Crow. I don't know if that's actually on purpose or not, but still pretty nicely done. Looks like we're going to have some cluster bombs again being dropped by the Crow, being a massive pain in the ass, taking out the very anti-air that's actually meant to destroy it. And there we go, it's probably going to get away scot-free as well. Got some anti-air trying to go towards it, but yeah, they don't want to get too close to the Behemoth, which is just being a massive pain in the ass. But we just zoom in on what's happening on the right, because the action just hasn't stopped at all. We have the same running battle that we had before, but it looks like the little defensive position they set up here is slowly but surely getting whittled down though. They still have the Commander, level 2 Commander actually, it's interesting. Oh okay, Carper has no Lightning Gun. So yeah, definitely a support quant, that's for sure. Especially with a lightning gun, definitely can't expect that to spearhead anything. But what is going to be spearheading their attack is actually going to be yet another lighter vehicle assault. This time it's going to be with a whole bunch of Ravagers, a Leveler, and another Leveler behind. Not a particularly big assault, but they are basically going in unimpeded. So what are we going to do against it though? That is the question. What the hell? Oh, okay, it's interesting. Looks like I've got a very similar colour to Adam too. Yeah, this attack is actually going all the way down to our main base just about. In fact, they can actually target the factory if they want to. I don't really think that's going to be particularly effective, but no, they're actually going to go for it. But that also is going to mean that the shield bots are going to catch up to them, and these guys they're just going to get disarmed to hell and back, the vast majority of them, and yeah, they're doing a bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough basically. It's just not going to be enough. I'll admit though that Cleanrock definitely could have macroed his Racketeers a bit better actually. He could have actually disarmed all of the vehicles if he targeted them individually, and apparently it's actually not that hard to do. It's just a matter of, I believe it's A and then Control, I think. Just switch over to our perspective. There we go. Yeah, I believe it's just A and then Control and then dragging the mouse, and then you can distribute the targeting. I learned that only recently actually, bizarrely enough, despite the fact that I've been playing the game for a long time. And yeah, it's especially useful for bombers actually, if you want them to separate their targets out, and apparently it's better than using Alte, so there you go. Who to think, and indeed they are using a Razor, who to think, yes. At least he learns a bit, yeah. Oh, there we go, there's an actual heavy tank factory actually coming from our team. I could swear, oh yeah, here we go, and there's the heavy tank factory by Zivenda. Zivenda the Vendor. As well as a Havoc squad of his really annoying Crow. I'll have to admit though, kudos to him actually for keeping the bastard alive. Definitely kudos to him, but now we've got a bit of enemy artillery to worry about. I'm surprised actually that the Crabe is not up here. Seems a bit strange. I mean, we got these perfectly high peaks, and this guy's basically just down here. But I suppose, you know, this probably would have been a much higher peak until the tremors started just shelling the crap out of it. So there you go, very dramatic little shelling scene there. Very nice indeed. I probably should check to see what the actual hotkey is for disabling the UI, because I'm sure it would look very dramatic without all this stuff all around it. But well, what can you do? And the battle rages on. The left, as you can see, is, well, more or less at a standstill. Actually, I mean, they're basically controlling the area of the behemoth, and we're just you know, counter-attacking with a sharpshooter, just trying to do as much damage as possible. Apparently, there's something happening here. Yep, looks like another Ravager assault. Not even going with any other units this time. Actually, just pure Ravagers, no darts, no levelers or anything like that. Is it going to work? I doubt it, but bless their hearts for trying, eh? At the very least, more than one Ravager's getting disarmed. Oh, what do you know, actually, multiple Ravagers. More than 2 Ravagers getting disarmed, more than 3. In fact, just about all the Ravagers might even get disarmed, God forbid. And there we go, that's a very nice bit of micro there. And thank God for the various UI tools that Zurich actually has as well to make micro that much more easy. I think games like StarCraft could definitely learn a thing or two from that, rather than basing their quote-unquote strategy on basically overcoming the interface, as it were. But anyway, that's a topic for another day, or possibly a little bit later, actually, if I run out of other things to say. But anyway. And yes, indeed, we do have an eraser army. It's I only see one eraser there. We might have actually taken out the other racer, but yeah, there's still got one remaining, and we are managing to, well, chase them back at the very least. We do have a Panther revealing the cloaked units, but yeah, now these guys are turning around, and no, they're not, actually. Okay, well, now they are. They're sort of just, yeah, they're just trying to run as quickly as possible, it seems. But in any case, yeah, the Panther gets forced back. It actually did do quite a bit of damage, I think. I could swear I saw like 2 marks above it, but apparently not. Well, it did a bit of damage in any case, so there you go. And yeah, Dirtbags to screen would probably be a good idea, actually, just so that they can spot that sort of stuff much more quickly. And it looks like the point is still being held on left by the Behemoth. More crowds coming in. And yeah, here we go, they got the right idea, actually. Screening with the fleas, you know, make sure basically no cloaked units get through. A Gremlin might actually be able to get through this point here if it goes right to the edge, but nothing else really, actually. So there we go, that's how you screen. Crap loads of fleas. Although, I mean, obviously Dirtbags can do the job too, it's just that they won't be cloaked as a result, which kind of sucks, but oh well. So as you can see, we're trying to sneak in puppies for some reason. It's not working out too well. It's not working out too well for that Archangel, for that matter, but yes, indeed. Nuke, well, we might actually be seeing some nukes, God forbid. Although we actually do have our intrepid air player, what is his name, Sandro, he's going to be scouting ahead, he's going to be seeing everything happening, and also, yeah, we did spot the Singularity Reactor, and he also would have spotted everything else that was happening. Might not actually have spotted the Scorpion, though. Would have spotted everything else including the catapults, so that is something to worry about, actually. More Striders being built. I mean, I count the crowds as sort of like Striders. Well, actually, they do basically count as Striders. I mean, look at that, 4,500 metal each. The cheapest Strider is 2,000 metal, so yeah, they're basically like a flying Strider, I guess. So, want to kill a Singu, and who knows, he might actually be able to. Might be a bit tricky, but then again, he did manage to basically fly in. There is some anti-air, but not that much, actually. They didn't really focus on it like we did, and we probably do have a bit more anti-air deployed than they do, both in the ground and in the air, by the looks of things, actually. Will it be enough to stop this crowd? We'll just have to wait and see, actually, but at the very least it is enough to stop this rather annoying little heavy tank assault. Reapers, unfortunately, can take crap loads of damage, but at the very least we do force them to retreat, and we also got our own little Reaper. The little Reaper that could, eh? There we go, manages to take out one enemy Reaper at the very least, so paying for himself then and there. Now he just needs to get the hell out of there, but nope, he is stuck on a little bit of hill there, just struggling to wheel himself away from there. But there we go, finally does manage to get out of there. But now he's going to get pursued by 2 other two other Reapers, and down he goes. So he was the little hero, that little Reaper. Reaper that could. God, talk about fucking cooking, what's that good as well. Fireplug now also coming up with his own razor to supplements, what is it, slabs, should I say. Really annoying, those things, and yeah, they definitely do seem to know how to use them to good effect, and this is also what I'm talking about as well when it comes to using using the eraser, sneaking in units like roaches basically to, well, as you can see, basically just to literally run straight up to our units and then just detonate, blow the fuck out of everything. That's exactly why we need screening units like dirtbags. I mean, dirtbags are incredibly cheap. They're relatively hardy, especially for their cost. Actually, fleas will get the job done as well. I wonder I wonder what Adam is going to do with them. He's not using them to screen, that's for sure. In fact, he's... Actually, what the hell is he doing with them? Oh, okay. I don't mind, he's forming his own screen. There you go. Going to be spotted by the behemoth, but it didn't even take it out any fleas. Oh, that's good. And yeah, now we're probably going to get like flea wars, maybe? Fleas versus fleas. Most exciting development indeed. Yeah, no, we're just going to have them getting into a bit of a tense standoff instead. Actually, the Scorpion might possibly walk into them. Doesn't look like it though. I think Piego did actually see the fleas running around at the very least on radar, and yep, he's actually going to be guarding the Scorpion around, and should be able to avoid the fleas, although, wait, no, it's getting a bit closer actually. And yeah, while the battle rages on the right at the same time, looks like Shieldbots just coming in with a whole bunch of Racketeers supported with some light units at the front, relatively light units at the front actually. Bombers coming in to try to destroy the Singularity Reactor, and it actually works out pretty well. Almost all the bombers get taken out, but, just a good measure, just taking out the fusion reactor too while it was under construction. But in any case, a very nice shot actually. I'm surprised that they didn't put any significant anti-air there. I mean, they saw that we scouted with our Swifts, so indeed. And yet they basically didn't do anything, so now we've got a nice little uneven crater there. Very nicely done indeed. Damn stone located. I wonder if Glarf is actually playing Dwarf Fortress or if he's actually watching this. Unless he's referring to what's happening here actually. Damn stone detected. Well, I'm not really sure where the water line is actually. Indeed. Or even if this map has actually got water underground. In fact, you know what, fuck it, let's just scroll the camera like that. So I'm not seeing it anywhere there, so this might actually be a pure land map. I don't know, actually there is a bit that goes underground from the mechs presumably. Oh, there you go. And we screwed around with that for long enough. Back to action. And good luck, Glaf here with Dwarf Fortress, if you're playing that or if you're referring to this. It's multitasking. Well, good on ya. We've got an attempted team resignation by Team 1, which I believe is the enemy's team at the top there, and well, that's the thing though, I mean, they managed to overcome our lines towards the left here, and I mean, really, they've really managed to do a lot of damage here actually. They're just surging forward with their fleas, starting to get out of range of the behemoth, but still did manage to do quite a bit of damage as well. The Scorpion, it does eventually get taken out, and it donates 600 metal to us, essentially. Yeah, very nicely done. We've also got a Sumo coming in by Malric, as well. Actually, is that? No, that's from the enemy team, Malric, I think. Oh no, that's actually from us. Oh, okay, because they had shield bots coming in as well, I see. Interesting. Apparently this thing is actually equipped with a, Can this thing actually throw the felon off of the map, I wonder? Yeah, I think it can. Oh no, it can't. I think. What? I see. Okay, apparently it can also use those beams to attract rather than just repulse. So that would be the what kind of beam is it called again? Okay, that was kind of amusing, I'll admit. On to repulse, off to attract. Where's the on and off button actually? Oh, there we go. I think that's it. Off to attract. That's what it's got. Not bad. So anyway, it's got the Newton turret weapon apparently on its two turrets there, and does it actually do any damage even? Attractive gravity, repulsive gravity, and sumo landing. So it, apart from its landing, it literally does not actually have any offensive weapons. Wow, they really did change it quite a bit. And that damage, by the way, that's, I don't think that's actual. Actually, just go to a little action scene now. The damage that's being listed here, I'm pretty sure that's not like the actual damage there. I think it's just indicative of the how much repulsion and attraction you can exert there. But in any case, they did manage to really bend our lines back on the left, but on the other hand, we're managing to surge forward. And we have another attempt at a team resignation. I mean, that's got to be bad for morale, if nothing else. And they actually resign. In my opinion, they resigned a little bit early. I mean, sure, we did manage to take out their precious singularity reactor, and we were pushing on the right, but they did manage to push us pretty significantly on the left. If they could have at least stabilized the battle lines on the right, and maybe, you know, destroyed some critical stuff in our base, they would have been able to at least even things out a bit, but nope. They resigned, and that is that. So, I'll see you all in the next 0K game. I'll just go back to this, hang on a sec. Okay, there we go. Alright, and see you in the next game.